My name is Sarah, and welcome to another edition of Emerging Issuer. Joining us in the studio today is Joseph LaStella, the Chief Executive Officer of Green Star Products Incorporated, a company that trades on the over-the-counter pink sheets in the U.S. under the symbol OTCPK GSPI. Before we start the interview, first a little information on the company. Green Star Products Incorporated is an environmentally friendly public company involved in the production of renewable clean burning fuels such as biodiesel and cellulosic ethanol and other products including super lubricants that are designed to reduce emissions and improve fuel economy in vehicles, machinery, and power plants. The company is one of the early pioneers who began researching alternative energy resources in the 1990s. Following an extensive research and development program, GSPI has advanced a variety of proprietary technologies now in revenue-producing commercialization. The company is 100% vertically integrated to design and manufacture its own biofuels, processing equipment at its own facility. The company also provides operational and training support for its processing facilities. Welcome to Emerging Issuer, Joseph LaStella.
Yes, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
This story right now is an extremely compelling one. Both presidential candidates in the U.S. are focusing their attention on energy and getting away from the enormous consumption of foreign fossil fuels. What are your thoughts right now on the timing of this debate relative to what your company provides at present?
Sarah, our company, as you stated, is both vertically and horizontally integrated. We've been around for 16 years, and primarily we were a research and development company for many years, developing the products that we now, provide to the alternate fuel industry. What breaks us apart, I think, and separates us from many other companies out there is the fact that we have developed our own technologies. We have our own production facilities. We manufacture our plants. We ship them. We build them in the field, and we operate them. We don't sell iron, and we don't sell anything directly for other people to operate. That gives us a very unique position in the industry because we don't have to go out and raise money through stock offerings. We only do joint venture partnerships, and we very carefully pick our joint venture partners. For example, Sarah, last year at least 50 offers we had to build biodiesel plants and algae farms from practically all over the world.
Really?
And we turned down most of them for two main reasons. First of all, some companies don't want to do joint ventures,
right,
and we won't sell our technology for many reasons, including the fact that we have to protect our proprietary interests. However, most of the people and the corporations that contacted us did not realize there was going to be a feedstock problem across the world. They had no idea where they were going to get their feedstock to feed both their ethanol plants and their biodiesel plants.
Overlooked. I'm just going to ask you quickly, you had mentioned earlier about press releases, and you had announced in the press that a county in Missouri approved a $101 million revenue bond for alternative energy. For the benefit of our viewers, could you explain how this impacts Green Star Products and why this announcement was so important?
Well, by the way, it's a large amount of money. It's $141 million.
Very large.
But the people of, and by the way, there are several other states that are looking at it. The commissioners in Salina County happen to be the first one to see, how important this really is. It's the cookie cutter of the future. They have all the inputs. They have all the waste wood and farm products that we need, that are waste products, corn stalks, switchgrass, cow manure, all of that's fed into one end of the plant. Mm-hmm. So it's truly I would say an energy and oil producing facility of the future, and there's so much more to be said about that, because when you put all of these things under one roof, they can switch things back and forth. For example, part of our system is biogas, which means we make methane gas from waste products such as manure and corn stalks and things like that. Well, that methane gas is burned in a special GE generator that generates electricity. So that portion of the plant generates not only the electricity for everything else, the cellulosic ethanol and the algae and all of that, but also generates electricity that can be sold on the open market. It also generates, that portion of the plant, a lot of waste heat in the form of steam, which means that all the heat and steam that's required to produce cellulosic ethanol and biodiesel, it comes from waste products from the biogas end of the plant. So if you take a very close look at that, the integration of all these functions into one facility makes it extremely efficient to run. For example, the loading facilities are all combined. The Q&A people can do Q&A on different portions of the plant. Even the lab facilities, all right? We share one lab facility. Maintenance people. And there's a lot of switching back and forth of energies and products. For example, the cellulosic ethanol plant produces pure, in fact the purest, CO2. So if we can feed that CO2 from the biodiesel, from the ethanol plant directly to our algae, so everything becomes totally integrated within the complex.
Sounds very efficient in all areas. Where do you feel that Green Star is positioned right now in the marketplace to forge the shift in the way we think of energy alternatives?
Well, you know, our stock is selling at a very low level. The market cap for the company is only about $16 or $17 million, and that $141 million bond issue, although there are other companies which are part of our consortium of companies, which we have, if you read the press release, we've been involved with those other companies for a long period of time. We all are a team that work together, but a lot of that revenue will be coming through Green Star. We're doing engineering, not only on our materials, but on the entire project. We've been working on it for over a year. So if I had to guess, you know, out of the 141 million, maybe 35 or 40 million of that revenue would channel through Green Star products, or even more. That's a lot of revenue to come through a company with a market cap of $18 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm telling you that there's other projects that are also being considered. We got a lot of international, I would say, exposure last year. There's a 2-minute video which is on our website, which is greenstarusa.com. That was professionally done, and it was shown on Continental airline flights over 3 hours for 2 months around the world, which means that almost every business traveler that was traveling on long flights had a chance to see it. And we received inquiries from over 25 countries.
Wow.
For exactly what we do.
Yeah.
We're very patriotic. I'm not saying we're not considering other countries. However, we are focusing here in the United States.
Right. Well, obviously, everyone is interested in the shareholder value, and the subject matter on everyone's mind, at least politically, is forging better energy alternatives. What steps is the company taking to nurture the process of getting people excited in the stock and about what you're doing?
Government has now seen the light. They could not pass an energy bill for almost 20 years. However, in December of 2007, they passed a huge energy bill, and they're seeing their way clear to alternative fuels. For example, for the previous 20 years, the biodiesel, biofuels, alternative fuels got approximately $150 million in supports from the federal government over that period. That's per year. That's peanuts, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
150 million is nothing.
Right.
However, in the bill passed last December, they're putting out this year. They're putting out requests for proposals. Well, Sarah, get this: $10.8 billion.
Whoa, not so.
That is an enormous amount of money
Yeah.
to put into, and there's more coming behind this. There's probably another $20 billion coming up. the next couple of years. So they're putting their money finally where their mouth is.
Yeah.
They're giving us an opportunity, and of course, our company has a request in there for a significant amount of money. We obviously have technologies that cross several different lines, which they clearly identify, and we've got grants in there. We've got low interest loans in our RFPs. So we're in there to catch a decent portion of that money for our own facilities, and hopefully we'll be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like you have been so far. But just one last question, and you've given us a lot of reasons so far. But any last reasons that you'd like to communicate to our viewers why the investment community should stand up and take notice of Green Star products?
You're going to laugh at my answer.
Okay, I'm ready.
But they really need to do homework before they buy stock in any company, including mine. When they do their homework and they understand why they're buying a stock, then that will automatically lead them to the right decision, whatever that might be. And I think, personally, it's us.
Yeah.
But if they read, and I'm not pushing myself here, this is about public information, LaStella.com.
Absolutely.
They will have a tremendous amount of new information they never had before, and they can make a real, intelligent investment decision.
Yeah, informed decision, absolutely. It's been very interesting talking to you, Mr. LaStella. Thank you very much for joining us and giving us some time today. So for more information on Green Star products, their business model and management team, please visit their website, which is www.greenstarusa.com, and also check out Joseph's personal website at josephLaStella.com. That's it for me. Thanks very much. It's Sarah Carson till the next edition of Emerging Issuer. Bye for now.